Hello and welcome to this video where I'll be redrawing an old drawing. The newer version in this video is actually not that new, it's from 2021, and the older version is from 2017. I feel like there hasn't really been much progress from 2021 to now, but I am still really happy with my art progress from 2017 to 2021, so I want to show that. The character that I'm drawing is one of my older original characters. Their name is Nur, and they're a mixture of two different species that I created, which are Garnleo, which are people with horns and sharp teeth, and Tolakam, which are people with wings and pointy ears. In my first speed paint with a voiceover, I actually talked about two other characters from the same universe, called Michelle and Mira. If you are more interested in knowing about this dumb story and this dumb universe that I created when I was 15, then you can go check that video out. So Nur is a very shy and nervous person that feels like they don't fit in anywhere that they go. And this is mostly because of how different they look from the other characters. And that is also reflected in almost all of my drawing of them, because they always look really depressed. Here's another angsty drawing for reference. This is Nur hanging out with their best friend, Buena. On screen right now I am pulling up a lot of references of wings because I do not know how to draw wings, and they have a lot of different layers that you don't really think much about until you have to draw it. And then I start on the line art. I put my heart and soul into this line art. It is really crisp and a lot better than a lot of my other line art. The original drawing of Nur that I drew in 2017 that I'm using for reference was originally made with markers and coloring pencils, and this was in my marker era. So before I started drawing digitally and only used markers for absolutely everything, I remember being insanely proud of this drawing, and I still actually think it's quite cute. Here you can see me starting on the face. That's the first thing that I decided to color, mostly just because it is my absolute favorite part of the process, and I think it turned out really well on this drawing. After I finished the face, it was time for the hair. I decided on this orange type of mid-tone, and then I went with lighter and darker colors afterwards. Then I did the same thing with the wings. I first started with a base tone, and then I went lighter on the bottom and darker on top. The newer version of the drawing is of course made on Procreate on an iPad with an Apple Pencil, which is the same method that I use right now. All of the coloring and the smudging and the erasing was made with the round brush in the painting section in Procreate, while the line art was made with the technical pencil in the lining section. I also have a whole video on what brushes I use if you're interested in that and want to check that out. The original drawing did not have nail polish, but I really wanted to give Nur some nice nails, so I did that. And then I started on the horns, which in my opinion is really fun because I really like to try to figure out how to shape them, where the light goes and such. It's a more complex form than the rest of it. Then here I start shading the hair. I thought that was a little bit challenging because I wanted to preserve the ombre element, but I also wanted the hair to look like hair. So I was really slow at the beginning and careful not to lose the ombre effect, but I think it turned out pretty well, and I also think the shine on the hair really adds a little something to it, and I think it makes it pop a lot more. Nur has all these tiny little feathers growing around their body, so of course I had to make those. So those are just little dots in a way, and then I could work on the eyes, which I struggled a little bit with because I couldn't decide whether I should keep the white pupil that I had in the original or if I should make them more of my current style. I felt like the head was really long, so I had to fix that, so I just moved it and then I cleaned up all the little details along the little line before I moved on to the wings. So the wings needed a lot more detail. So I added a lot more light and shadow and some nice highlights to make some of the feathers pop.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the Everest Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.  1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 1
After I had finished the wings, the drawing was pretty much done. Here is the final result next to the older version. There's definitely a big improvement here and I'm really happy with the results. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you again next week. Goodbye.